A child in a mysterious coma with no medical explanation. A demonic entity with a face of fire. And a family trapped in a nightmare they can't wake up from. But the real horror isn't the house. It's the dark secret lurking in the father's childhood. Stay tuned, because the shocking twist at the end of Insidious will change the way you look at your family photos forever. Let's dive into the story. At the beginning of the movie, we see a couple named Josh and Renee Lambert. They have 2 sons, Dalton and Foster, and a newborn daughter named Kelly. The Lambert couple was living very happily in their new home. One morning, Dalton was looking at their family photos, and he asked Renee why there were no pictures of his father. Renee replied that his father doesn't like having his picture taken, and he doesn't even have any photos from his childhood. Later, while Renee was playing her favorite piano and singing, she heard the sound of crying from the alert speaker installed in her daughter's room. She rushed there, and although the baby's crying would stop, she kept waking up and crying repeatedly. That night, while Dalton was playing, the door to their upper basement suddenly opened on its own. Dalton went inside, climbed up a ladder to turn on the light, but he fell down. He suffered a minor injury to his head. However, as he stood up, he saw something strange and screamed in fear. Renee and Josh rushed there immediately, but Dalton didn't tell them why he was scared. He only said that he had fallen. The next morning, when Josh went to wake Dalton up for school, he found that he wouldn't wake up. They took him to a doctor, who informed them that Dalton had somehow slipped into a coma. But the doctor couldn't find any reason for it because there was no injury to Dalton's head and he had no physical problems. 3 months passed this way. We see that there is no improvement in Dalton's condition, and his treatment is being continued at home. One day, while Renee was playing the piano, she heard some strange noises from the speaker in her daughter's room. She rushed to the room but found no one there. That same night, Foster told Renee that he didn't want to sleep in the same room as Dalton anymore because every night his brother supposedly night walks. Renee was shocked to hear this because Dalton was in a coma, so there was no question of him doing such a thing. Later that night, while Josh and Renee were lying in bed talking, they heard a noise at the main door. Josh went to check but saw no one. Just as Josh turned off the security alarm and was about to go back to bed, the alarm blared loudly. Josh went back and found the front door wide open. Yet again, there was no one there. At that moment, Renee heard crying in Kelly's room. When she saw an unknown figure standing there, she screamed for Josh. But when Josh arrived, he found no one. When he went back downstairs, he saw the main door open again. He finally locked the door, turned on the alarm, and went to sleep. The next day, Renee found a strange bloody handprint on Dalton's bedsheet. She called Josh home from work and showed it to him, but Josh ignored it. Renee insisted that ever since they moved into this house, they should leave it. That night, Renee woke up and saw someone walking outside her room. Moments later, the stranger entered the room and terrified her, causing her to scream for Josh. They then decided to leave the house. After shifting to a new house, Josh's mother, Lorraine, came to help them. That day, Renee saw a young boy in that house again, and supernatural activities began occurring there as well. Renee saw the boy enter Dalton's room, and when she went there, the boy frightened her. Following this, Renee called a priest from the church. When Josh arrived, the father told them that their house was not haunted, but rather an entity was following them. Therefore, changing houses would be of no use. After saying this, the father left. That day, Josh's mother came to their home and said she had seen Dalton in her dream the previous night. In the dream, she saw a demon standing next to Dalton in his room. Lorraine asked it what it wanted, and the answer was Dalton. As she was telling this story, Lorraine suddenly saw the demon right next to Josh's head and screamed loudly. At that same moment, a noise came from Dalton's room. They rushed there and saw that someone had trashed the room, and they found Dalton lying on the floor. After this, the main character of this movie series, Elise, makes her entry, along with her 2 assistants, Specs and Tucker. Actually, Lorraine had called Elise. Elise had a God-given gift. She could sense supernatural powers and see everything. In Dalton's room, Elise sensed the presence of a demon right above his bed. She also found out why it had come there. Elise explained that Dalton's condition was caused by a strange power, a power that not everyone possesses. In reality, when Dalton falls asleep, his soul can travel to another world, the further, and at that time, he has complete control over his soul. But this time, his soul has become trapped in a place from which he cannot return. For this reason, the demon is following his soul, wanting to possess Dalton's body. Since a demon cannot possess someone easily, this process had been going on for a long time. Josh didn't believe any of this, so he told Elise to leave. Afterward, Josh went to Dalton's room and told him that if he could hear Josh, he should give him a hint right now. Suddenly, a painting made by Dalton that was hanging on the wall fell down. It was a drawing of the demon that Elise had seen. Josh immediately called Elise back. Elise and her assistants returned and attempted to contact Dalton's soul. Dalton's soul was able to contact them. He revealed that he was terrified of a demon whose face is always on fire. Dalton said he couldn't talk to them because if the demon heard him, it would kill him. What Dalton feared came true. The demon heard the conversation. Suddenly, strange things started happening in the room. We see Dalton get up in his sleep and place a hand on the table, and everyone is blown back. At that moment, all the spirits from the spiritual world began to enter their room. The unknown man Renai used to see appeared and attacked her, but Josh rushed in and saved her. However, the demon threw Josh aside. To handle the situation, Elise somehow got to Dalton, disconnected the contact, and brought everything back to normal. Although the situation became normal for the moment, Dalton was still in a coma. Tucker showed the video footage, which revealed that the one walking around earlier was the demon itself, meaning the demon had already entered their world. Meanwhile, Elise told Lorraine to reveal the real story to everyone. This is where the true mystery of the movie unfolds. When Josh was only 8 years old, he used to wake up repeatedly in fear during his sleep. Josh would tell Lorraine that he was seeing the soul of an old woman. Lorraine ignored this. However, whenever a photo of Josh or a family photo was taken, a strange figure was repeatedly captured on camera. Lorraine thought it might be a problem with the camera. But as time went on, that figure moved closer to Josh and became clearer in the photos. Lorraine then contacted Elise. According to Elise, the old woman's soul wanted to take Josh's soul into the spirit world so she could possess him. Elise saved Josh back then. After that, Elise helped erase these memories from Josh's mind, which is why Josh remembered nothing of this. Elise also forbade them from taking any pictures of Josh, which is why there were no photos of him in the album. In other words, Dalton inherited this strange power from his father. Elise then said that only Josh could bring Dalton back. Josh's soul then entered the spirit world. After overcoming many obstacles, he reached Dalton's soul. Dalton said that a demon had him tied up there. Josh then saw the same demon from Elise and Dalton's painting. The demon immediately attacked Josh, but Josh somehow managed to escape with Dalton. After coming some distance, Josh told Dalton to go ahead to the house. At that moment, the demon found Dalton alone and attacked him. Dalton somehow escaped, found his body, and managed to return. Meanwhile, Josh saw the old woman's soul again. Josh screamed at her to leave him alone and said he was no longer afraid of her. Then, Dalton and Josh's souls successfully returned to their bodies, and everything became normal. At this time, we see Josh and Elise talking. Josh gave all his childhood photos to Elise. Suddenly, Elise noticed something about Josh's hand and captured a photo of him. Josh became enraged, attacked Elise, and strangled her to death. Renai heard Elise's voice and went into the room only to find her dead. At that moment, Renai picked up the photo lying there and saw that it wasn't Josh in the picture. Instead, it was the soul of the old woman. In other words, the old woman's soul had possessed Josh. Suddenly, someone placed a hand on Renai's neck. As Renai turned around, she saw Josh standing behind her. Renai gasped in shock, and the movie ends right there. If you like Chapter 1 of this movie, please let me know in the comment box. Based on that, I will bring the explanation video for Chapter 2. Like and share the video. And if you like my channel, subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it. So that's it for today. See you in the next video. Stay well. You're watching Ghostly Screen, where dark mysteries and supernatural tales come alive. Don't forget to subscribe before the lights go out.